So all right. So I guess I'll go into a Mario topic. And this one's going to be a little different than what we've actually talked about.
Okay.
So I know that we've been talking about like, platformers and racing games and all that, but you know, we have not shown any love to the RPGs yet.
Yeah, we
And
haven't.
here comes one. One of my nostalgic games that I really like, and I know that I've heard a lot of people talk about, is Paper Mario and the Thousand Year Door. Oh
Okay.
man, I love this game. The story is well developed. The characters are just they pop out. They're just really nice and everything. And
Mm-hmm.
this was probably like the other than the one on the Wii, probably one of the better Paper Mario games that was out in its existence. Basically, like I know they have Sticker Star out there, and then they have like Color Splash and such. But honestly, I've heard like mixed reviews on both of them.
Mm-hmm.
And I know Super Mario, Super Paper Mario on the Wii was pretty good. I've heard, but honestly, I think Thousand Year Door is probably the better one,
Mm-hmm.
because not only was it my first game in the actual franchise of Paper Mario,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm honestly like one of my favorite genres is JRPGs,
Mm.
and I'm just because of that game. Like I just recently did it for a charity live stream event
Yeah, I was just
2 years
bring that
ago.
up. I was just about to bring that up.
Um, I had a St. Jude Play Live event called RPG Month, where I played three RPG games. One of them was Paper Mario and the Thousand Year Door. The second one was Super Mario and the Legend of the Seven Stars, which I'd never played it before, and I wanted to give it a shot. And then Final Fantasy 15. I've wanted to play that game for the longest time. I've heard cool things about it,
Mm-hmm.
and I played all those within the whole general month. And I had a bunch of friends join me in playing RPG games as well during the month. And when me and my friends came together to do RPG month, we all together, everybody had individual scores, and I raised about 750, like $64, I think
That's
was.
an achievement in itself, dude.
Um, and all together, we raised over $2,000 for St. Jude.
That's great.
So that's why you see my logo here, like pretty much me talking, is that I had a buddy of mine. His name is Fabian. Um, he's a really cool guy. I love him to death, and he does the best art I've seen in a long, long time. I asked him if he could do a thank you poster to my friends as kind of a way to say thank you to them and thank you to everybody else who helped raise for RPG month. And um, yeah, that it just came around, and
Mm-hmm.
he drew it for me.
Mm-hmm.
So it was great. So I really did appreciate him for helping me out with that. And yeah, it was a really great event. I really want to do another one just like that someday soon. I just know that I was going to do one this year, but
Mm-hmm.
unfortunately, because I was moving, I
Mm-hmm.
just didn't really have a chance to actually, plan something and get people together and all that. So I'm hoping next year will be a lot better.
Yeah, man. We have that 2020 vision, man. It's gonna be great.
2020 vision is going to be perfect.
It's gonna be perfect, bro.
Indeed. But anyway, back to Paper Mario and the Thousand Year Door. I just feel really nostalgic about the game because when I replayed it again during RPG month, I was just like, man, I really do love this game.
Yeah.
It just brought back like so many actual memories of being in like just playing in my bedroom when I used to live like when I was younger, and just beating the game. And the final boss took me so long to beat, but then I finally figured it out and got it done. And almost now when I'm playing it, I don't have to worry. I can almost just get it done and not have to worry anything about it. But honestly, that was, like I said, it's probably one of my favorite RPG games, other than a few I'm going to be talking about later down the road here in a little bit.
Okay. Okay. Shout out to all the freaking content creators, by the way. The people who actually do good work. Like, for instance, like you mentioned, your friend who drew that. I
Yeah,
saw.
Fabian.
Yeah, I saw the actual the full image Maybe we could put it right here so everybody
Hey,
can see it.
why not?
Yeah, this image right here was really talented. Um, I honestly love how he put the detail into your glasses. You know, your
Like, whoa.
chin strap. Oh,
Like I can actually name like I know this is kind of off topic, but yeah, I can name literally everybody on that poster off the top of my head because there's Nine Lives Nate, Iscariot, um, Turtle Singer, uh, Blooper Bro, Aaron Ocean, myself, Fabian, and I think there was one more. I know that there was at least somebody else in there, but all of them helped me out. Doing all that work and everything. It was really nice of them to help me out with that, and I really do appreciate each and every one of them. Hopefully, we can do it all over again sometime soon.
I'm sure you guys will. Now you mentioned Fabian was the one who made the picture, right?
Yes.
Where is he in this picture?
He is the dapper fellow. I think he's kind of nearby the top. He's the one with the big shaggy hair.
Okay.
On the top of the image.
Okay.
Kind of reddish shaggy hair. That would be Fabian.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure everybody saw him so that he gets his,
Come on, edit it correctly.
I got to edit. There you go.
Yeah. So yeah, he's the one on the very top of the picture, just holding his thumb up, like right next to Iran.
Oh,
so,
okay. This is gonna be easy then.
But yeah, right. I love that picture. Yeah, it will always be a fond memory of mine.
It's honestly a great picture. I can't wait to see what we're gonna bring in 2020 next year. I can't wait to bring what we're gonna bring to the table and content yeah. So jumping out of Mario games, I'm going to jump into a little bit off topic games. Not in the Mario series that. I just hit my mic. Not in the Mario series that is.
Stop hitting stuff.
I'm sorry. I got long nails. No, I'm playing. I don't got long nails. But Destiny 1. Game that came out in 2014. September 9th.
Yeah, not that very long. Not that very long of a game.
Not that very long at all. To be honest, Destiny 2 is just a DLC in itself, but we're not going to talk about that. It came out 2014. I was one of the beta players or testers of one of the
game. Okay.
And let me get like a little rundown of the PlayStation 3 because that's what I originally played it on.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a funny story how I got my PlayStation 3. So it was 2013's Black Friday. And I think, yeah. Hold on. Give me one quick second. Yeah, it came out in 2006, so I was right. Yeah, 2013's Black Friday, and I was at Target. Oh, mistakes were made.
You never go out on Black Friday, dude.
Nope.
Never. Come on now.
Nope. And we worked Black Friday. It was kind of hectic.
Ugh. I've worked way too many Black Fridays in retail. Come on now. I've pretty much had enough of Black Friday, but it's still going to live in infamy as the worst retail day of the year.
Big feels, dude. Was tax free that bad or no?
Tax free was a little rough. Honestly, it was. I think tax free and Black Friday are usually pretty much the worst things in retail, to be honest with you. So
feels okay. But
anyway, continue on.
Yeah. Back to the Target. So I ran to the back. I got PlayStation 3. Luckily, it was the last one, no, second to last one. And when I grabbed mine, someone else grabbed his. And you know me, I didn't know what games to get it for at the time, so I just got freaking Madden. Worst mistake. Worst mistake I've made in a long time. Because I wanted to play that PlayStation 3, but I grabbed Madden, so what the heck?
Why
I was
not?
pretty good, but either way. So here's what happened. I get the PS3. I walk in front of the line. This is my first time ever doing Black Friday, by the way. So they're like, oh, no, you got to go in the back. I was like, where's the back? And she pointed. And it wrapped through every single aisle until it went into the back of the warehouse.
Oh, God.
And so, I kid you not, I was in line for 2 hours and 30 minutes. Every 5 minutes, we would go a second or like go a foot, and then we'll sit there for 5, sometimes 10 minutes. And then I remember we stood in the same spot for 30 minutes because the registers crashed. That was the worst / best time I've ever had in my life. Because I could literally go on about this, but because I was holding the PlayStation 3, I had the excitement of a freaking 13-year-old, which I was.
We're always 13 years old, man.
Yeah.
In our minds.
Feels. Like, I'm just ready to play this. I'm ready to go home and hook this up and play it. And so we get to the register, check out and everything. We're done. We go home, we set it up, I'm playing it. It's great. Now, Destiny was my 3rd game on it. I'm sorry, my 4th game on it. I had, it went like Madden, Minecraft, Terraria, and then Destiny. So when I got Destiny or played the beta of Destiny, it gave me such a nostalgic feeling towards when I played Halo Reach.
Halo Reach.
Yes, Halo Reach was so good. I love Halo Reach because that was I kid you not, the first actual Halo game I played with my best friend. And when I played it, excuse me, when I played it, it was definitely something out of the new. This is my first online shooter I have for myself. I love the aspect of the supers, how you can build your character your way. So many guns can be dropped, even though they're not good, but you have so many guns. 6-player raids, 3-player strikes, PvP, PvE, all of that. And I probably have logged over 1,000 hours on Destiny with the PlayStation 3.
Wow.
Yeah, I remember falling asleep many times on in raids because our raid team, we said we don't want to meet up, we just want to stay in the call. So we will stay in orbit with each other in the party and just mute our mics and go to sleep. And when we all wake up, we'll go on the mic, say, "Is anyone there?" And if someone responds, okay, good, 2 people are there, and then we'll just wait for the whole fire team. Yeah, we'll wait for the whole fire team to go up, which is 6 people. So
nice.
The latest person, he slept till like 2. Everybody else woke up at like 11. So we waited for him for a while, but granted, we were up till like 8 every night, just doing raids.
Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that at all.
I do miss those days where you could just play video games for the longest time and not ever have to worry about a thing.
You didn't have to worry about a thing, dude.
Exactly, dude. That's what happens when you're older.
That is the best. I'll talk a little bit more about that at the end of this podcast about what I want the future in 2020 to bring, and what I'm wanting to do with everything and how we can help each other with that. But now that saying, Destiny 2, probably my most nostalgic game at the moment because I'm playing Destiny 1. I'm sorry, Destiny 2. I'm playing Destiny 2 right now, so it's giving me a lot of feelings back to Destiny 1.
A lot of feels.
Yeah.
Wasn't Destiny 1 released on the PS4 at one point?
It was. So, funny story. When my friend graduated high school, he was given $1,000. And you know what he said? He said, "Bro, let's go buy a PlayStation 4 for me and you." I was like, bro, you're not going to do... I was like, you're not going to do that. He was like, "I'm getting a PlayStation 4 for you. Me, we're getting we're getting Live or whatever it is, and we're getting Destiny for the PlayStation 4, and we're going to play it in 60 frames per second."
Yeah.
And when he said that, I was like, "Let's go.
Let's go."
So we got it.
That's great.
We ran into some problems, but we got it. He stayed over my house. He was downloading everything. He crashed at my place. We woke up, and I woke up to the beautiful 1080p 60 frames per second on my screen.
And you were just like, "Oh, yes,
nut button, nut button."
Oh, that's great.
Nut button.
That's
There you go. That was
basically
me.
Yes. Sorry. Anyway, So
Oh
let's see.
man.
Speaking of crashing, oh, this is a perfect segue. Remember when I was talking about Crash Team Racing?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
now I want to talk about the Crash platformers,
Okay.
particularly Crash Bandicoot Warped. That one was actually my second game playing in the actual Crash universe, basically, in the PS1 era. Anyway, I played Crash Bandicoot One. Honestly, that was probably one of the trickiest games ever.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Warp did it a lot better,
Mm-hmm.
especially since like with Crash Bandicoot, you couldn't save unless you actually got the gem, which sucked. That's why I really didn't like it that much.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but with Warped, you pretty much have like 5 areas to go to with 5 levels inside, including a boss battle. And you pretty much go through there, collect the crystals. If you wanted to collect the gems, you can by getting all the boxes. Relics, you pretty much can do that with pretty much getting it within a time frame. So that's where your speedrunner really came in, and all that. And it also didn't just it wasn't just a platform, but you also played all these different things like the airplane where you shot down like balloons,
Mm-hmm.
and the motorcycle where you pretty much just drive through and race against these like cop cars or trucks and stuff, which is really great. But anyway, with that being in there, honestly, like I said, I feel more nostalgic to Crash Bandicoot Warp than any of the other games itself. By the way, I apologize if you're hearing Game of Thrones in the background. That is my girlfriend's alarm.
Hey, no problem. That is okay.
So, but honestly, like I said, Crash Bandicoot Warp is one of my all-time favorite Crash Bandicoot games, other than CTR. CTR surpasses Crash Bandicoot Warped in the long run, but if we were talking about the platformers, Crash Bandicoot Warped is probably my all-time favorite.
Okay. Hmm. Did you
So yeah.
like? Did you like the remaster?
Oh, the remaster. Oh yeah. Honestly, I love the remastering.
Mm-hmm.
But because I feel more nostalgic to the classic, era of the PlayStation games.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think I still love the PS1 games over um the remastering, which I love the remastering because I can actually play it now on a more modern console.
Right.
But
Mm-hmm.
I still feel nostalgic to Crash Bandicoot Warped. I really do.
Yeah, I feel you. It's just like it's something you can't bring back.
Exactly.
To the old feel, the 8-bit feel,
Mm-hmm.
or would it be considered 16-bit? One of those.
With the PS1, I think it was like close to, but I think it was like 64 bits, like close to how like the N64 was, but a little bit more
Oh, right,
sharper.
right, 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 right. My bad, my bad. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just some classic games you just can't bring back without it actually messing up the nostalgic feel.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Now I know that with the remastering, they like animated a lot of the crash deaths and the comedy and all that in a really great sense of way.
mm-hmm,
But the way it was done on like the PS1, you just can't really recover. You really can't.
mm-hmm. Yeah,
Like it feels better on the PS1 because it's more hilarious on the PS1 than it is like on the PS4. But there's some really good gags that happen like in terms of like Crash's death that happens that it's really pretty funny.
yeah. I gotta admit, the cutscenes have been revamped and they're pretty good.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, the
indeed.
cutscenes look really good.
Indeed.
So I guess one of the games that I'll have to bring up, as in it's a platformer, not necessarily a religious platformer. I would say it's just an adventurous game, and this is going to be one of my all-time favorite games. And when I heard that they were bringing a remastered, I about screamed my lungs off. My lungs off, dude.
Mm.
SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom.
Oh man. that's a good one.
Yeah, release.
Okay, so I will tell you right now,
Go ahead,
I never got to play that game.
Really?
Yeah, I know. I feel bad.
Really? No. Oh
I know.
man, I feel
I
bad.
really wanted to play it. I thought it was pretty cool, but I just never got a chance to pick it up.
Really? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So here's the thing. It was created in 2003, November 28th, and it came out originally for the PlayStation 2 and the Xbox and the GameCube.
Yeah.
I played it on the PlayStation 2. I remember specifically us going to the mall. I don't remember much, but I remember coming home from the mall with that game. Uh, and I put it in, and I was a big SpongeBob fan at the time. Words can't speak it. I was a huge SpongeBob fan, and for me to play actually that game was amazing. The gameplay was really good. Collecting items, defeating robots. That was really cool. While crossing platforms to avoid freaking environmental hazards like spikes and flames.
Yeah,
it's just so great, dude. And I think one of the things that made me have the most fun with it, to be honest, was the SpongeBob abilities and the first world. The first world in Gulagoon, when you had to actually go defeat King Jellyfish.
Goo Lagoon.
Goo Lagoon.
I still love the way that he says that.
I know, right? A sticky mud puddle.
A mud puddle. So good. But yeah, I think I probably would have picked up that game if I really didn't. I probably was told not to pick it up because there's a general rule with a lot of gamers nowadays, or at least I think it's always kind of been a general rule that if it's pertaining to a TV show or a movie, don't pick it up because it's probably going to be crap. But I thought that with most general video games that come from TV shows or movies were all generally bad. So I just never really bothered to actually pick it up itself. But I heard that that one in particular, the Battle for Bikini Bottom, was actually one of the better ones that was released. That was usually based off of the actual TV show that doesn't really follow the TV show.
Yeah, it adds a little to it.
Gotta get that in there.
Yeah, I gotta get the and it was made by one of my favorite publishers at the time, which was THQ. They were really cool.
THQ. Man,
rest in peace.
Rest in peace, indeed.
I just can't rate. It's called SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom, Rehydrated, a full remake. It's gonna now include like a multiplayer mode, and it's gonna bring original content from the original boss fights, like Robo Squidward. The Sandy Machine, dude, was the best. Just play a clip right here.
What? Well, what the cool thing is about them actually doing a remake is because when that game was released, they had only like limited episodes to like run on. But now that the SpongeBob has been running for so long, I don't even know if is it still running? I wonder. I don't remember.
I think it is, but they're kind of hanging on by a thread.
But yeah, because they're still running, they still have so many more things that maybe they could run into it. But now because of that time frame, they could add a lot to this game itself as like either like free DLC or paid DLC or however they really feel like doing it. But I think that's probably what they'll do is they'll add a lot more of the extra content that wasn't in the original game.
Yeah, and to hear that it's actually going to be coming on every console, even Microsoft Windows, was something huge to me. It's
Indeed.
Something huge. But like you said, you can't beat the original.
Exactly.
You just cannot beat the original. It'll bring you good vibes.
Well, here's the thing: is the game even out? Is it still in development? I think
the remastered.
Yeah,
it's being remastered still.
Well, yeah, if it's still in development, it still hasn't been released to the general public. We can't really give a valid opinion until the actual game fully releases. But yeah, I would still probably agree that it probably will give you nostalgic feels, but it won't feel like the actual original.
Yeah, I kind of agree. Yep. But yeah, SpongeBob SquarePants. What can I say? I'm really hyped for the remastered.
Indeed. Indeed. So as we're talking about like remasters and stuff like that, I have like literally three nostalgia games that I could literally talk about that just recently got remastered too.
Okay.
And they have like other remasterings too, but I guess I'll go ahead and just talk about one of them that might not be very common to some people unless they've actually like really played it.
Mhm.
One nostalgic game that I will talk about here that did get remastered, not more commonly here in the PS4 era, but they were
Mhm.
remastered in the PS3.
Yeah.
But this game originally came out on the PS2. This game is called Sly Cooper and the Thievius Raccoonus.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
Oh my goodness. I have not played that game yet. I've been wanting
I
to.
honestly, I would definitely recommend starting off with that one and then playing all three of the other ones. Like the PS3 remastering is really good. There are some issues with the actual game, like Miss Ruby's battle. Sometimes that music gets desynced, which sucks, but they really
Oh
haven't
yeah.
patched that out yet.
Mhm.
I actually have a video. I don't know if I actually showed you yet, but I have a buddy of mine who got me into this game,
Mhm.
and during the Miss Ruby fight, he actually blindfolds himself and actually does the battle.
Huh.
And I attempted it myself. I actually legit have it uploaded onto my YouTube channel. It is a video that lasts about 16 minutes long, and I pretty much that whole entire time I blindfold myself doing the battle.
How was that? Were you just listening to like sound cues
Uh,
or?
so here's the interesting thing. I'll talk about this first, and then I'll talk about the actual story of Sly Cooper. With the Miss Ruby battle, which is like the third boss you'll fight in the actual game,
Uh huh.
um, the the buttons on the controller actually, she actually casts spells of the actual controllers. So you listen to the button control. So she'll cast a spell for triangle, X, square, and circle. But what she'll do is that she'll actually say a word. But the word she says is zigzag voodoo.
Mhm.
So triangle is zig, zag is X, square is voo, and O is do. So what I'm listening to is I'm listening for those sound cues, and then because she'll cast the spell first, so she'll say do, and then you'll see yourself, and then you have to repeat what she does.
Okay.
So like I said, check out the video. You'll see what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Um,
Maybe we could just edit a little clip in here while you're talking about it.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah. Go ahead.
But here's the actual story behind Sly Cooper. So Sly Cooper, he pretty much this is like during his adult years because he has his two buddies, Bentley and Murray, Bentley the turtle and Murray the pig.
Mhm.
Um, so they are actually a crime like they pretty much steal stuff. But the first part of the game is you're in Paris and you're breaking into Interpol to get your records,
Mhm.
so that you can probably so you can find the people who stole your family heirloom, which was the Thievius Raccoonus.
Mhm.
So basically, the backstory is that when you were a kid and you were with your father, he was reading you the Thievius Raccoonus.
Mhm.
Someone knocked on the door, and he looked outside and saw that the Fiendish Five is who they were called. They broke in, and as Sly was hiding, his father was killed, and the Fiendish Five stole pages out of the Thievius Raccoonus, and it's now Sly's job to go to each of these worlds and get the pieces of the Thievius Raccoonus back so that he can learn his family's tricks and gadgets and all kinds of moves and stuff that made him a thief so that he can become a master thief to make his own page in the book.
Okay. Seems like a good
Um,
lore.
and so it's actually really cool. It's also a collectathon too. Like when you're in each stage,
Mhm.
you have to collect what they call clue bottles.
Okay.
When you collect enough clue bottles, you find a vault. When you have the code, you can open up the vault and get a new move.
Okay.
Like you get like a decoy, an exploding hat, a rolling move, combat dodge, and all that. Now, the only thing I didn't really like about Sly Cooper is that once you got caught and you got hit,
Mhm.
dead.
Okay, so it's like an
But
instant
in
kill thing.
so it yeah, it's an instant kill thing. So that's why stealth is a very important part of the game. Now, when it comes to the other two games for Sly, you can get caught and get hit, but you won't die. You can actually potentially fight in a combat kind of situation.
Okay.
Um, but I personally feel Sly Cooper, the Thievius Raccoon, is more nostalgic to me because that was the first game of the franchise that I played, and then I played the other three games when they came out, and I love the franchise. The franchise is fantastic. Honestly, I recommend it to anybody, including the PS3 game that was not made by Sucker Punch. That's who developed all three of the games except for the fourth one. They had somebody else. I think it was Sansaru Games or something like that
Yeah, yeah,
developed
yeah, yeah.
the fourth game. The fourth game's even good too. I like all the games.
Okay. Huh. I really
So
honestly need to check that game out. I've been wanting to.
it is really good.